Warning, after watching this video, you might utter these words. I hate English. And it's okay, because my response is, me too. Sometimes. Sometimes. Welcome back to the party, my English speakers, learners, and perfectors. Today, we will be working through some vocabulary that stumps me sometimes. And don't worry, they are not too complicated, but just require a bit of memorization. These are words that have both two completely different pronunciations and two completely different meanings, depending on the context. But are spelt exactly the same. I know, just lame, right? Make sure you stick around to the end to see the example that stumps even me every single time I see it. Even after over 3 decades of English learning. First one up, lead or led. This word can be both lead with a hard E sound or led with a soft E sound. Now, the absolute only way you can know how to pronounce this word is depending on the context. So yes, that means if you're reading aloud, then sometimes it requires a bit of reading ahead to envision what the story may be trying to say, even before getting to the word completely. Now, the more common pronunciation and word you will hear in this scenario is lead. To lead. This is a verb and means to be able to direct a person or a group of people. The word leader, also, you can imagine, comes from this word. He was born to lead his church because of his powerful morals and strong character. She leads her company very well, which is what makes her a natural businesswoman. Now, the same spelling can also be a completely different word with a completely different meaning, and that is led. Now, this word is a word you would probably hear less often unless you work in a certain field of work. This word is not to be confused with the word led, spelt L-E-D, which is just the past tense of the first pronunciation, to lead. Are you still with me? Please tell me you're still with me. Oh gosh, I started off with the hardest one. I lost you already, didn't I? Don't abandon me, please. We can do this. One way to help you think of it and remember is that the word lead, spelt L-E-A-D, is a noun and essentially a type of metal. The pronunciation distinction being that in this case, EA makes the lowercase e sound, e, instead of the uppercase e sound. So lead, meaning a type of metal, that is a noun, versus lead, or lead spelled L-E-D, is a verb. Again, no way of knowing this other than reading the context of the sentence. The man got lead poisoning from that dusty building. In grade school, they always made us use lead pencils. I prefer pens. So with the first sentence, you wouldn't say the man got lead poisoning because that doesn't make sense. You would say the man got lead poisoning. Lead. Okay, number 2. Object or object. So this one is a good one because we hear both instances fairly just as often. The first pronunciation uses the lowercase o sound. Object. The second pronunciation uses the o sound more like a lowercase u. Object. It gets tricky with the E sound, however, because both are technically lowercase e sounds, but the first one is rather short, with a sound that descends, object, object. And the second one is a little bit longer and it is higher in tonality. Object, object. Okay, now that we got the pronunciations. So that is if we're going to get really technical with pronunciation. To begin with, I personally would just focus on the O sound for now when identifying the distinction between the words in comprehension and in speech. So object is a noun. It means a tangible or touchable item that can be seen or touched. For example, can you pick up that object for me? It fell on the floor. Now the second word, object, is usually a verb, usually heard in courtrooms, but you can also use it in everyday speech, and it essentially means to disagree or oppose or be against something. The most common example, object, Your Honor, the defendant is intimidating the witness. Another example can be, I completely object to his lifestyle. I could never let my friend live like that. Number 3. Next we have another good one. Live or live. This example is a little better because at least both words are in the same realm of meaning. Okay, so one word is just a verb, to live. And the other one is an adjective, live. To love is to live. In this example, live is a verb. My favorite thing to do is to go to live concerts. My favorite thing to do is to go to live concerts. Here, the word is a descriptive word. Therefore, we pronounce it as live. Great job, everyone, on today's lesson. Be sure to watch this video a few times along your week to really solidify these pronunciations and meanings. I'll have more words for you like this that are used every day in the U.S., so make sure to come back and check that out. I'll see you all in our next one. Take care.